What's up, everyone? We're back on the farm today chilling with some horses, and we're talking about some of the problems with passion and a potentially better alternative for choosing what you want to do with your life. Let's get right into it. If you are in the self-development world for even a second, you probably hear the word passion like it's some sort of magic 8-ball that will solve all your problems and everyone needs to find their passion in life. And shit, I just made a video like last week about making money from your passion, so who am I to talk, right? I want to talk today about the difference between passion and purpose, because I'm starting to really fall on the purpose side instead of the passion side. And here's my argument. Not thought out at all, by the way. I have no notes, no outline on this. This is pure spitballing. Let's start with passion. Passion for me is something like playing the drums. I feel alive when I'm doing it. I feel excited. I feel invigorated and like, yeah, banging the shit out of it to some metal music. I'm very passionate about that. And for a long time when I was younger, I thought drums were where it was because I just loved drums. It was my passion. And everyone says, follow your passion, right? Do what makes you feel alive, which I definitely put a lot of weight in. But let's get to the problem with passion. The problem with passion is, A, if you try to make work your passion, you risk losing the passion for it. You see this a lot with people who become musicians, become artists, and become actors or whatever it might be as their full-time thing. It sucks the joy out of their passion very frequently. So that's one thing you gotta be careful of. Another is that passion can come in bursts. It's like a fire. It gets really bright, but then it'll dim down. It's not consistent. Passion will make you fucking like run to the edge of the earth one day, and then the next day you'll be like, like I don't really care. Like I've gone through plenty of cycles of being super into drumming and then not really liking drumming, and super into it again, and then not really caring. So those are a couple problems with passion. It's unreliable, and you risk losing your passion when you try to make it into your career. Now, purpose, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite. Purpose is something that you decide, this is something important enough where I am going to sacrifice things for it in my life. This is a cause, this is a problem in the world that is so important and I believe in so much that I am willing to dedicate my life to it. Maybe not my entire life, but a chunk of my life to it. And what that does is it insulates you against these swings of passion, because you get up one day and you're like, I'm not really passionate about this thing. But if it's something that you've chosen because you just genuinely care about it and you want to support that cause or that initiative or solve that problem, it's gonna kick you in the ass. It's like, I don't care if you're passionate about it today or not. You're gonna go do it. It's like committing to being a fit person and working out. I get up, I'm like, I'm tired today. I don't really feel like working out. But it's the discipline. It's like, I don't give a shit if you feel like it. This is something you committed to. This is something that you decided was important, and you're willing to push yourself in those times of lack of passion to keep working anyways. So that's what purpose does. It motivates you throughout these unpredictable cycles of human motivation. You don't want to rely on motivation. Motivation is very unreliable, and if you rely on being motivated and passionate about something in your life to have this success in any sense, your success is going to be very unpredictable and erratic. And I don't know about you, I don't necessarily want to live like that. I'd like something a little more predictable as my primary career than my passion that can fuel up and then die out any day. I've been reading a couple books lately. One of them I actually read a while ago was Man's Search for Meaning. And then the other one I just finished yesterday was called The Choice by Edith Eger, Dr. Edith Eger. And both of them were written by people who survived Auschwitz and the Nazi concentration camps. And they both talk a lot about purpose and meaning. And Viktor Frankl, the Man's Search for Meaning author, was actually already a physician and a psychologist or psychiatrist when he went in there, because he was 39. But Edith was only 16. So she later became a psychologist and started talking about all this stuff. But both of them ended up talking a lot about purpose and meaning, because they observed in these concentration camps that the people that had some sort of external meaning were the only ones that would survive, because everyone else didn't have something to keep them going. For Viktor Frankl, I believe it was his wife, and for Edith Eger, it was a boyfriend that she left behind. It was her first love, that she kept repeating his words in her head. And that gave her this meaning. It was this sense of purpose outside of herself that would keep her going when she didn't feel that she had the energy herself. So it's the same thing as the passion versus purpose. The passion is great and it's really strong in those moments where you're really passionate, but you can't rely on it long term. But purpose is something outside of yourself. It's usually a cause that you believe in, a problem in the world, something bigger than yourself that will get you in those moments where you're lacking the motivation, lacking the passion, kick you in the ass and say, this problem didn't go away just because you're not passionate about it. You're gonna have to keep working anyways. And personally, I'm really starting to lean in that camp where it doesn't necessarily mean if you're 100% passionate about this thing. It matters is if you believe it's an important thing to dedicate your time to. What can I do with my time that's important? That's a Mark Manson quote talking about passion or purpose as well. So am I saying that it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing if it's a supporting of purpose? Like say I hate computer programming, but I really think that technology, the lack of technology is a problem, so I need to be a computer programmer to solve this problem and that's my purpose. I don't think you have to do something you hate. I think the difference is you don't have to look at it as, is this my passion or not? You have to look at it as, is this something I'm interested enough in to use as the medium of solving this problem? Because that's what something like computer programming is, or any skill that you develop. It's a medium to solve a problem. It's not for the thing itself. Like you're not programming applications or web development or anything like that just for the sake of doing it. You're doing it to solve a problem. So it's like you're choosing whichever skill based on which ones can solve the problems that you care about, right? Like if you decided, oh, I wanted to develop a new vaccine, maybe you're passionate about biochemistry and all the skills that you need to do that. Or maybe you just think that developing a vaccine is super important and you have an interest in science and you just end up doing biochemistry because that's the path that gets you to your goal. That's the medium that gets you to solving the problem. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that we need to be less obsessed with, is this my passion and the ultimate thing that just lights me up when we're choosing a career? I'm really back and forth with these, and I'm being pretty hypocritical right now because I just, like I said, made a video last week about making passion your career. I'm figuring it out. There's different sides and I agree with both sides, but I think in general, we need to be less selfish. I think passion and saying if I'm passionate about this thing or I'm not passionate about this thing, I think that's just a very selfish way to look at the world. And the truth is there are a lot of problems and most people just get the most fulfillment out of solving problems and helping other people. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's the thing they're most passionate about. They become passionate about it when they see all the good that it does in the world. That's this video. Totally unprepared, totally random, but hopefully you got something out of it. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. Shit on me, give me all your disagreements. I don't really care. I'd love to have a debate because like I said, I'm still up in the air myself as to where I land. So with that said, I will put a little video right here that I think you might enjoy based on this one. And thank you very much for watching. Check out my channel for other content related to this stuff: happiness, success, career, passion. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Mahalo. Take care.